Okay, so what I want to do now is create a sorting system. And you'll recall we had the purification chamber, the crusher, the enrichment chamber, and the energized smelter. So let's go into recipe mode. I think we might be able to see them anyway. So what we want to do is we want to get some copper ore and make it into a copper clump. And then we want to get that copper clump. We can find the copper clump, that is. Make dirty copper dust. And then we want to get the dirty copper dust. To make copper dust. And then we want to cook the copper dust. Okay, so what I've got here is a selection of factories. These are elite factories, which are the best factories. And essentially they're very, very similar to the block itself. They're kind of just upgrades of each of these blocks, the different factories. What they do is they allow either three processes to happen simultaneously. For a basic one, for an advanced one, it's 5 processes to happen simultaneously, and for an elite one, it's 7 processes to happen simultaneously. So, like I mentioned earlier, I want to create a sorting system. So, and the aim is to basically have a lot of copper ore. You can see I've got a couple of different types of copper ore here. I've also turned the ore dictionary on here for reasons that I'll get to in a moment. So, yeah. I'm not going to look at the combiner yet, but that would be an interesting one to look at, and I could potentially add that to what I'm going to do right about now. So, and there's also the Osmium Compressor. They're the 6 machines that are in our Mekanism. They each have their own factories, but I'm just going to be focusing on these 4 because it's what I actually started the episode with, of course. Okay, so we're going to need that. We've got a chest here. We've got this logistical sorter, and we've got the logistical transporter. So everything's going to start off in a chest, and everything's actually going to return to the same chest. So yeah, so I could use a bigger chest, but there's not that much point because I'm not. It's mainly a demonstration sort of thing. So I put the logistical sorter. So that's going to pull items out of this chest. Then what I want to do is I want to. We've got 4 things here, so. Do these pipes connect up? They do. So that's not ideal. I'll do it quicker. Not much from the looks of it. Alright, so I'm going to put... I'll put that one there, this one here, and that one there. Okay, so they're going to be the 4 machines that we're going to have. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this is the Purification Factory. It says Elite Factory, but it is. But I've got these in order at the moment. So then we've got the Crusher, Enrichment, and finally Smelting. So we should be able to increase the ore output. And then what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to route everything back to the chest here. So it will come out the back here. And we should actually just be able to do it like this. That's what I'm hoping anyway. We can't go straight down that line that's going to connect. We can go around here though. So that's going to be... so that's basically going to be all the cabling for the system. So if we just check the machines, so I have got them correct. Purifying... crushing, enriching, smelting. Okay, that's good. So what we want to do is first of all we want to make sure that we've got copper ore. I will of course have to use these energy cubes as well to put power into the machines. I'll do that right at the end though. I want to actually set everything up first. So what we're going to want is we're going to want copper ore to go from here through the sorter, and we're going to want at the first stage we're going to want the copper ore to go into this elite factory. So what we need to do is we need to look at the interface of the logistical sorter. Okay, so we could do with adding something to the OR dictionary, because we've got this OR copper here. So we go to the OR dictionary and we type in OR copper. We'll tick that. And we can see it's scrolling through all the different types of OR copper. This slot underneath is going to allow us to choose where we want this to go. So the first one is dark blue. Okay, so we're going to save that to dark blue. So any type of copper that I put in here is going to go to dark blue. Okay, so it's going to go in there and it's going to go to dark blue. So this is going to be dark blue. So if we go to the configuration here, what we're dealing with is we're looking at the front face of this elite factory. So if we look at, so we've got the top, the bottom, left and right. The front face is going to be this one. So that's going to be dark blue. Let's just clear those. So we want strict input of dark blue. So anything that is tagged in a dark blue box is going to need to go in here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is, so the front of it is going to be dark red, and the back is going to be dark blue. So the front, is going to be this one, and the back is going to be that one. Okay, so we don't need to auto eject, and we can leave the output to none, because we don't actually need to tag them, because it's not actually going to come in. It's not going to come. It's not. Nothing's going to try to. It's not going to come out here and then try and go into this one or something. That's not how it's going to work. Okay. All right. So that's done. And that's basically how we want it. So after that, so what's going to happen then? Well, if we just go back and check here, with the copper, we're going to get these copper clumps, which are over here. Okay. Now we're in cheat mode already. Good. So copper clumps. Now copper clumps, there's only one copper clump, so we don't actually need to use the OR dictionary for this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the logistical sorter, and we're going to put in, we'll go to item stack here, and we'll put in the copper clumps. There we go. And the copper clumps, we're not going to want to go to dark blue. We're going to want them to go to dark green. Okay. So you can see we use the OR dictionary just to get all the types of copper, but by this stage we don't need to worry about that. So we're going to just go for the copper clumps going to dark green. Okay, so the top copper clumps are going to go in here. We want them to go to the front again. So let's make that dark green so it knows where to go. Okay, so it's going to know where to go, dark green. So if we just look at the interface, you can see we've got the same thing, dark red and dark blue. So we'll make the front dark red. We'll make that dark blue. And we'll put the strict input on there as well. And once again, what should happen, hopefully anyway, is that it's going to come out the back there, and it's all going to just go back to the chest. All right, so the copper clumps, they make they're going to make a dirty copper dust, I think. Yeah, they make dirty copper clump. I'm pretty sure they do. I'll just find it actually. Okay, dirty copper dust. Good. All right, so okay, so then what we want to do is we're going to go back to the sorter, and we want to add that. Let's get that dirty copper dust there. All right, then we want to do another item stack, and we want to add the dirty copper dust. If I can just, there we go. And this dark blue, dark green, dark aqua. So we'll do dark aqua for this one. So all the dirty copper dust is going to go to dark aqua. So there's that set up. So then what we want to do is we're going to go to our elite factory of the enrichment chamber, and we're going to have dark aqua here. Okay, so let's just clear those again. Okay, let's just check the interface again. Yep, it's the same thing. So we can do the dark red and dark blue, and we'll keep the input strict. Okay, so that is going to go. That should go back as well there. Okay, so what happens with the dirty copper dust here? So the dirty copper dust goes into copper dust. So at that stage, it's time to smelt. So copper dust. Okay, so this should be the final one that we have to do. Assuming, of course, I've done this correctly. So we'll put the put the copper dust here. Dark blue, dark green, dark aqua, dark red. So we'll put the dark red there. Okay, so that's going to go to dark red. So there we are. There's the one all dictionary filter, the item filters as well, 3 all item filters. So that's dark red. So this one, we'll put dark red here. Let's clear these away. Again, let's have a look at the interface. Again, it's the same. So dark red there. And here we are, dark blue. Strict input. Okay, so that should return ingots to the chest. And when it gets to ingots, we're not actually going to need those. So it would be easy just to put them somewhere else. So with that in mind, let's see if it works. So I'll get my configurator, and we're going to see if this works. I guess I don't want it to. Is it going to connect? Yeah, it will connect a little bit. I don't really want that though. So let's not do that. Let's just put the thing right on top. So let's use the configurator. Just make sure it's. You should be able to actually see from this position. There we go. Well, I haven't actually put anything in the chest yet, so I don't need to be too alarmed yet. I mean, I feel like I've set it up correctly, but we'll have to see. Okay. So we're going to start with a couple of stacks of this. And let's see what happens. Well, I took both stacks immediately. So what we can do is we can use this button to spread the load a little. And that will help things go a bit faster at this point. It isn't actually operating though, unfortunately. Huh. So maybe it doesn't know where to go. So what I could try doing is putting, say, put this as purple, and then setting the output here to purple. Is that going to make any difference? Doesn't look like it, does it? Seems to have power though. I feel like that was correct though. That's the front, top, bottom, left, right. Oh, wait a minute. I know what's wrong. That's the answer. Alright, so I'm going to have to change this around a bit. Yeah, so this is the top, this is the... No, that isn't correct actually, is it? So we just look at it again. This is the front, and that's the back. Yeah, it should just be the front and back here. That is the recipe for it, isn't it? Oh, of course. No, everything was completely correct, actually. That was the only thing I forgot. Alright, that was actually a very stupid thing to forget there. Alright, I don't even need this purple thing here either. Let's change that to none. Alright, so, okay, so here we go then. So the copper clumps are going here. They're being tagged with green. So they're becoming dirty copper dust. That's still staying there though. So there may have been more problems. So how did I change this then? Alright, let's turn these on, these auto eject on then. When is this one? Alright, so that's good. Okay, now let's speed it up. So it does, yeah, so like I say, I had a couple of problems. The one is that I hadn't put in flint, and the second one was that I should have put auto eject in, because otherwise they were just staying in there. But apart from that, this is a fairly good setup, I think. Because the advantage with this setup, of course, is that you can put anything in this logistical sorter, and as long as it takes these machines here, it's fine. What I could also do is I could put the other machines here, and this pipe here will always be going back to the chest. So let's crank up the pace now. Sounds like a didgeridoo, I think. It's interesting. A lot of them, makes a shitload of noise, but there you go. You can see, you really see it motoring now. It looks really cool. Okay, so that's going to be about as fast as I can make it go. And you can see at these points there's nothing ever trying to go into the pipes. And it's not because I've got the output slot. I think these might have run out of power. Oh no, that's just it. Interesting. I wonder why those didn't go. It's probably because I shouldn't have changed it right in the middle of what it was doing. Or maybe it's because the first stack. Is it the first stack? Well, I think I'm going to leave it there. I mean, it was a fairly successful operation. But yeah, until next time anyway, thanks for watching.